Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I just wanted to take a quick 10 seconds before my actual video about weight gain in recovery to say a thank you to everybody who's watched my anorexia story video. I really appreciate all the likes, all the comments, I read every single one, and I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody and to all those who have recently subscribed to my channel. I hope you like it. And if there's any topics or videos you'd like me to do, please leave a comment and I will try and do them. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I'm just going to talk now about weight gain, because obviously weight gain is a big part of anorexia recovery. Not all of it, but it does have a big role to play. And I think there's no escaping the fact that weight gain is difficult. I can't pretend that it's not. And for myself, there were so many times where I'd think, God, I can't cope, I can't do this, I can't be this weight, I can't be this size. And then people say, how do you go through it? How do you do the weight gain? And it sounds really silly, but the only way to do it is to really just kind of stick it out and to realize that actually we give so much power to weight. Like, we give it the power to completely control our life. So I mean, the other day before I went to bed, I stood on the scales, which I know is really stupid. For one, my weight at 11 o'clock at night is not my weight. But anyway, I made the stupid decision to stand on the scales at 11 o'clock at night before I went to bed. I have done it a few times before, so I was thinking I would kind of compare it to my evening weights that I'd done before. And my weight had gone up quite a bit, and my head just went on red alert, and I was like, oh my God, I've gained all this weight. And then I got into bed and I couldn't sleep. I was just thinking about it, thinking, oh my God, I've gained this weight. How could I have gained all this weight? I need to get back to where I was. On and on and on and on. And I couldn't get to sleep. And then I thought to myself, hang on a minute. You are giving so much power to your weight. I thought, if I hadn't have stood on those scales and I'd have just got into bed, I would have got into bed, gone to sleep, and not really given it much thought, yet my weight would have been exactly the same. It's just I stood on the scales, which then gave the eating disorder a very good reason to go on alarm bells and start ringing and, go mad in my head. And I thought, I cannot give my weight all this power. Like, I've given my weight the complete and utter power to completely, one, ruin my night's sleep, two, really get into my head and make me stressed and worried and anxious and, mad, all because I stood on the scales. And it just seems, and I just thought, this is mad that my weight, standing on the scales, has got that much power over me. And had I not stood on the scales at that point, I wouldn't be feeling like this. It's like weight has the power to completely control how we feel. And so that is kind of why I wanted to do this video, to say, weight shouldn't have the power to completely control our lives. And the only way to stop it doing that is to gain weight and start to realize that there is more to life than our weight, and that we are worth so much more than our weight. And for me personally, I found that when I was doing recovery and gaining weight, there were times when I would stand on the scales and think, and my weight would have gone up, and I'd be like, oh my God, I can't cope at this weight, and that I would need to lose weight to get back to where I was so that I could cope, because I just couldn't possibly cope being this higher weight. And there were many times in the past where I would have gone back down, and that would have even reinforced to me that I couldn't cope at that weight and I had to stay lower. But actually where I've been gaining weight, and, you know, still feeling like that, still feeling like I can't cope, I need to go back down. Actually, it was when I stuck it out and I, you know, even though I felt like I couldn't cope, but I didn't engage in the weight loss behaviours to go back to where I was. So I didn't restrict, I didn't exercise more or anything, and I stuck it out. Actually, you know, over time, over a few weeks, that weight didn't seem so bad. And actually, you know, it still feels bad, but actually I realised I could cope. And that is the thing with weight gain. You instantly feel like you can't cope, you can't do it, but you have to stick it out, because I promise that over time it does get easier and you realise actually, yeah, although it may not feel great, you can cope. And actually, with gaining weight, you gain life and you gain freedom in your head. And that is what allows you to start to live and to realise that there is more to life than weight. You know, I'm not saying that weight ever stops being important or, you know, something you worry about or stress about. But as I say, with weight gain and the freedom and the bigger life that you get, you start to have other important things in your life that make being the heavier weight so totally worth it. You know, for me, being able to go out for dinner with friends, go on holiday, you know, go to work, although I might not like my heavier weight, it makes the other things that come with it make it so worth it, and to the point where, you know, I'd never sacrifice, you know, my bigger life for the weight loss again. And as I say, it's not easy. Weight gain is not easy. You know, anybody going through it will tell you that, but you can do it, and it is really just a case of sticking it out and remembering that, like I just told my example of me weighing myself in the evening, giving all that power to your weight. You know, do we really want to give weight, like that number on the scales, the total power to completely control our lives and how we feel? Because I know, you know, I don't. And that's why when I did weigh myself that night, few nights ago, and I thought, no, I'm not going to give my weight all this power. And, you know, I've stuck it out. So yeah, that is my video about, you know, weight gain, the power that weight has, and, you know, really hope that it can, you know, give you hope and inspiration that even though weight gain feels very, very scary and, you know, often completely undoable, it is doable. You just have to, you know, sit with it. And those anxiety, stressy feelings don't last forever. They do plateau, and you do start to find that you can cope with the weight, and the weight that you cope with leads you to a bigger and better life. Thank you for watching.